So I'm sitting here eating my lunch in the parking lot of Food Line, and I was sitting here thinking about something. I tried mango, and I used to not like it. Now I like it. And I like this. It's blueberry parfait. Anyway, so I was sitting here thinking about how people get so messed up. And here's how it works. So whether you work there, or at that bank, or over here at this bank, or wherever you work, anything you do. So you go in at 8, and it goes crazy, and you get your identity out of doing this job right. You got to do this. Deadline, do this, do this, do this, do this. You're under a debt. It's got to be perfect, right? And so people don't realize they're being brainwashed 8 hours a day. They're afraid of losing their job or not doing it right or messing up, right? And it's a top-down system, right? Corporate says we need more profit. It filters down to that manager, then the lower level manager. Everybody's under stress to get all that done. One reason I leave work and go sit in the parking lot, eat me some fruit, and chill, is to break the corporate lie. You don't even realize you're being brainwashed 8 hours a day of works, levels, ranks, grades, ratings. Then you got to go home to the wife and do a honey-do list. Or the wife's got to go home, clean the house and cook and all that. You'd be better off to live in a tent for 3 years and learn who the real person is that you're married to. And once you lived in a tent or a camper for 3 years, then y'all decide to go buy a house. And you'll remember how simple life was before you bought that big house that you have to work all the time to pay for, so you're never really there. Be better off living in a camper and brainwashing yourself what real love is, and how you had to survive together and make it work and save your money. And blood, sweat, and tears, sacrifice, but realize you had your camper here, you're living for free pretty much, and so you were getting ahead. But then when you go buy this huge house, then you become a slave to the system. Even more. You slave all day right here. You run over here to this place to get you some lunch, and everybody in there is like got this outward show image. So you're in a fake reality box here. You go over to that box, and nobody's gonna sit in the restaurant with their foot on the table. Look at that shoe right there. I'm not even worried about it. I know I can go to Walmart anytime and get me a pair of shoes. Do you think I care? I go through a pair of shoes every 3 months. I walk so much, and I walk a lot at work, and then after work I walk before work. Actually, I probably need to go online and buy me a pair of shoes from Walmart, like two pair of these, because I like that. This is really comfortable. I forget what it is. I don't really care. But it was comfortable shoe. That's the main thing I care about. But anyway, because I'm doing so much work, moving stoves and refrigerators and pull-out couches, and there ain't no telling how that happened. Ripped my bottom of my shoe. It's a work shoe, I don't care. I've been wearing work clothes since I was 18. I did have a few nice office jobs where I had to dress up. I hated it. I couldn't be myself. I'd rather be out here mowing the yard than be stuck in that office in there. I've done it. I know people do it, but I'm telling you, you have to break it. So on your lunch break, walk around the block. Don't go to another box and sit in the box, or go do your chores at lunch or something. You got to break that. That's a 8-hour-a-day brainwashing system. And so you've got to be aware of it, that it's teaching you to think like works, levels, ranks, grades, rating, but it's all about faith. So when you go into a box, a cube box, it goes back to works. Honey-do list, box, do this, touch not, taste not, handle not, don't do this, don't go here, don't say that, don't watch this, don't do this. And so they're under pressure all day to perform. No wonder they go home and drink a beer, because there's so much pressure. But that's part of the game. So you're killing yourself for that cube. You go home and you drink a 6-pack and you're getting diabetes because the alcohol turns to sugar. So you're destroying your liver, you're destroying your body for that, when you could have just stayed in that camper and lived for free and put all your money in the bank and let TLT pay your monthly payments. And you were stress-free. This is why 1 Corinthians 7 says it's better to stay single. If you can, but if you work as a team and you know the other person, I promise you, if you were to start out living in a camper or a tent or something for the first year and saved your money, y'all would be so, you could go get an apartment, but you do it for a year just to learn survival with each other. We got to survive. You push yourself to the limit. Can we get along when the pressures of life? Well, if you live in a camper for a year, yes, you've proved you can do it. So then you can go buy that house and still keep that camper for memories. I mean, really, this whole thing's upside down. Instead of people being in love, they're in competition. My job's better than yours, blah, blah, this house is nice, cleaner, blah, worried about the yard. And I mean, come on. It's just too much. I can't even word what I'm trying to say, but I think you know what I mean. If you're really so worried about stuff instead of the heart, you're going to miss the whole reason for being here. This whole thing is about your heart.